So today is Wednesday, October 25th, and we're gonna grease the tractor 3-point each and the heaper in the front end, and we're gonna adjust some of these units that's a little bit at an angle. So like this one right here. So trying to find the right size. That's too big. So you loosen up those 4 bolts and the unit comes loose. It'll have to do, but anyway, you loosen these 4 bolts and it up these bolts right here, these U-bolts, and then this is loose on the toolbar, so you can wiggle it around if needed. But there's also, I don't know, some of them has play like on the actual bushings, so I might have to tighten all these up again. They might starting to get loose, but I have the long breaker bar here if I need it. So okay, so it's loosened up. It's hard to tell if it's still skew. The wheel is not straight. It's facing this way. I need to figure that out. Okay, so I went through all these units and all of them were loose on these 4 bolts. So I retightened all of them. I don't know why they keep coming loose. I think I need to, maybe this winter, take it off, put Loctite on it, put it back on. Also some of these were loose, so I'm gonna grease these quickly. We got 1, 2, 3 on the front, 3 in the back, 13 units. So and it's empty again. I hate it when the grease gun is empty. I absolutely hate it. I don't know why they couldn't make it where it never gets empty, or hell, I don't know, anything other than replacing tubes all the time. Okay, so all 3 of my GoPro batteries were dead, so I had to put it on charge. So I'm done rowing up. Anyway, so all 3 of my batteries were dead. I had to charge them, and only 1 were fully charged right now. So I'm done rowing up the last field that we have ready for now, and I moved to the dirt pan. I need to do some work on the dock hole back here, just build a little levee. It's probably gonna take me longer to get there than to do the work, but that's what we're doing now. And then we are still waiting on the chisel plow, so whenever a chisel plow shows up, we'll get busy chisel plowing some other fields, and yeah, so I lost y'all when I was busy greasing the hipper. That took about 2 tubes. So anyway, we are back now. Gonna go see back what we can do. Well, I forgot about y'all, sorry. I was just busy. We hooked onto the chisel plow finally showed up after we worked with a dirt pan, so I hooked the 8330 up to it, and then I had to tighten a bunch of stuff and check tire pressures and all that stuff, and we head to the field, and the 8330 had a really hard time pulling the chisel plow. So I swapped tractors, and then I had to unhook the dirt pan again from this tractor, hook up the chisel plow, start chisel plowing, and it's very rough on the tractor, so I just didn't get to film any. And Clay was with me in the tractor, and we chatted and worked on plans for next year, and so I didn't bother picking up a camera. So, but we're heading to the next field. I'm gonna see what it does. Maybe the sandy stuff back here will chisel a little better. Because golly, this tractor was stopped in its tracks a couple times in that buckshot down there. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we can get some fields that pulls a little better. It's really dry, I must say. So this is a 25-foot chisel plow, and yeah, it really makes this 310 horsepower work, that's for sure. Y'all can see it's pretty dry, dusty. We need rain, for sure. We just need a little bit so we can finish the field work and stuff be done for a year, then it can rain, then I don't care. There's some hard spots where it pulls this tractor quite a bit, but I'm trying to figure this out, why it goes up and down the whole time when I have my low depth at 2, which should keep it pretty steady. Put your low depth too high, then it'll go up and down even more, but it's been working pretty fine on 2. Right there it pulled pretty hard. Can't really see anything back there, but I think I should come bush hog. This will be a nice fishing spot. And there you can see it's not pulling up huge clouds like a terratiller would, but it's a little cloudy back there. Like I said, some spot it's very mellow, it doesn't pull at all, and then some spots it's really pulling hard. But this field, most of this field floods in the winter as well because of the river pushing up and the cut off, and it's flooding all of this. So that's probably why it's so hard in the bottoms, because it stays underwater for about 2 to 3 months, and then on the top, on the hills, it's the soil is a little looser. But we are doing this dry land and that irrigated field. We're doing it on the same line, even though it's not a same row angle. We are hitting some long rows. I'm trying to show you all here. So that part, it was terratilled when I was pulling the ripper about a week or so ago. So right now we are hitting this. So y'all can see it's pretty long rows. So this is non-irrigated, and above that yellow line is irrigated. We've done 22 acres and there's 28 left, which 8 of that is already ripped. No, that is what is left, 28 acres, because it's picking up that ripped stuff. So yeah, we're not gonna finish tonight. I mean, we will if I stay out here till like midnight, but and we ain't gonna do that. We'll go about till 8 or so and then knock off for the day. and we'll be back tomorrow. And we'll just keep on knocking this last acres out with a chisel plow. So I bet a lot of y'all are confused. Why are you chisel plowing after you said you're trying to do minimum tillage? So that is correct. I want to do it, but what I've noticed is that when I bed some of these fields, when I bed them up, I turn around and drive in that same stuff I just bedded up, and the tractor won't stay in between the rows. So we had I think I've told you all this, but we had a problem on the GPS of this tractor, and we did not know it until they actually inspect. The weight came out and inspect and see that they were actually like a D-Tech case for a GPS tracking lines or something in that line of whatever they call it. So my original plan was to just bed everything up, and next year when we plant, we will be taking notes of the fields where we had to shift to stay on top of the beds every pass or every other pass. And then at the end of the harvest season, we're gonna pull the chisel plow and break the beds and just make sure that we start out fresh, because the heaper is currently following the old beds. Even though we pull the Kelly Diamond, it's following the old beds, and it's pulling the tractor. Even though it's just 2 inches, it's picking it up when we plant. Then we have to shift 2 inches either left or right. So the fields that we are chisel plowing now, we know that once I pull the beds, we're not gonna have trouble planting it, because we're gonna pull beds the right way. The GPS will be fine. So we know there's fields we will not have to do the end of next fall. So yeah, I see it as we have time now, might as well do it now. So we are planning, I've done field 21, I'm gonna do 17. I did not have any problems on field 18 rowing it up this morning, so, and I also did not really see a problem on the pivot that I did last night, but we'll double check all the fields when we plan this spring. So we're gonna do 21, 17, field 4 and field 13, which is the 160. So yeah, I think we're only gonna do the west fields of the 160, and then if we have to, we'll do the other, the east fields of the 160 this coming fall. So it all depends, we'll see how the spring goes. So anyway, I'm gonna chucking along here for another hour or so, and then we'll call it good. So we are currently on the roller. We were on the chisel plow this morning, but we stopped chisel plowing because it's too hard, and there is a good chance of rain Monday. So I guess we leave the last 200 acres that we want to chisel plow. We'll do it sometimes next week if we get the rain. So I came over here to field 6 to roll it so I can pull some water furrows tomorrow in case it does rain. In case it does rain enough Monday, we won't be able to get back in this field. So I'm getting it done now so it be ready for planting season next year. pretty sure we're gonna put soybeans on here, so it should be a pretty good crop of soybeans. I'm leaning towards putting some Don Marios on here, so yeah. So this field, where it gets so heavy, we pulled up a lot of clods, as y'all can see. So I'm typically going a gear down in this area, and the roller still bounces a whole lot, but there's nothing I can do about it. Even if I go slow, it still bounces. So, but I'm not too worried about it, because all of this is going to be underwater anyway during duck season. So the water is kind of going to smooth the beds out. It won't be as rough next year. But on the other fields, you don't want to go too fast and let the roller bounce. Make the roller bounce, because it just slows you down when you have to plant next year. So we're finally done with field 6 right there. We swapped over to field 5. We can go way faster, looks way better. But this field's definitely getting chisel plowed after harvest. I'm running with this tractor on the exact same AB line that I rode it up with, and it is 2 inches off every other pass. So yeah. It's definitely getting work down. We're gonna break these beds and we're gonna start from scratch. So we made it to another field. This is the stuff that I didn't work down, that we're gonna try to no-till next year. I do pull the roller over it. Yeah, we got plenty of volunteer corn. Even this field where my cover crop is planted. I'm not proud of it, and I don't know where the hell it comes from, but must have been a tough year for harvest, because I've seen it all over. So we lag about 2 more passes in this field and then we're done. Let me show y'all what I do every time I turn around. Open that, open that. The wind is blowing this way, so I'm getting some air because the AC does not work. And it's getting very humid in here. So earlier I start seeing smoke, so something is up with the AC pump. But yeah, after this field I'm gonna get onto the water furrow plow, start putting some water furrows on all these fields. So we are busy pulling pulling water furrows and we're going as slow as the tractor would go. And the reason for that is so let me stop here. So this Remlingers, it works with a belt, and for that reason they had to add a shank in front of the little rotor wheel to loosen up the dirt so it can sling it. If you take that shank off, then this thing can't work in hard dirt, because the belt is slipping. And you can tighten the belt up as much as you want to, it's gonna keep slipping, or you're gonna take the bearings out. So the reason, so let me start here. For us, only pulling the Kelly Diamond, and if we have a lot of grass, especially grass in the fields, especially on the ends, then the shank catches all that grass and it starts balling up. So every 20 feet you need to back up because it's plugged with grass and stuff like that right there. So I worked on something, I built a coulter that's on my shank that I thought will cut the stuff as we go. But since there's not a whole lot of space back there to add actually a coulter, because you have the PTO shaft in the way, I built the stuff that is actually on the shank. So I tested it out a couple minutes ago, and it still balls up because the coaters is too close to the shank. So the dirt that the shank is opening up, there's not enough space for it to flow, if all of that makes sense. So I went back to the shop, I take the whole shank off, and because I know if I just take my attachment off and I'm going to leave the shank, it's going to choke up, because I have tried it before. And now I've taken everything off, even the shank, so I just have the normal water furrow plow. But now when I go over the beds, every time I hit the bed, the belt starts slipping because it can't kick out that hard dirt because of the shank that's not there. So I don't really know what we're gonna do. If we want to perform minimum tillage, this is not a water furrow plow to have. We will need to get a Hurricane or a Amco or something that actually works with a chain and that doesn't have a shank, or any PTO ditcher that does not require a shank, because if it has a shank, it's not gonna work. So I don't really know what we're gonna do. Guess we're gonna try and make it work. Okay, so here's the contraption that I made. Right here you can see this is very close to this, so as soon as the ground starts flowing, this doesn't turn anymore, it don't cut. So I'm gonna take all this off and put a shank back because I can't pull water furrows at 0.1 mile an hour. I'd rather get out every couple feet and unchoke this. So there the shank is back on. We'll go mess around again. So we can go much faster now, but luckily I haven't had to stop and get out to unchoke it, but we haven't really had a bunch of grass yet. But it's gonna be hard for y'all to see, but sometimes the grass will start catching on there. If it's a bunch of long grass, I'm gonna have to stop, but all this little bitty stuff, that's fine. For the night, so we're gonna knock off then, and tomorrow is the Rugby World Cup final, so we're taking the weekend off and we're gonna watch the rugby tomorrow. We're gonna have a nice big party, all South Africans. We're gonna watch rugby, so big week, big day tomorrow for us. We're gonna celebrate it, and hopefully South Africa wins New Zealand, so we'll see. But we're gonna end this video here. I'm gonna finish this field off. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that's watching these videos. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. And we'll catch y'all in the next one.